Hi, I'm Nikki Woods. Welcome to another edition of Mama's Gone Wild.
I'm Mary Boyce.
And today we are talking to entrepreneur. We haven't seen each other in a few days, so it's like we're getting back together. We're talking to entrepreneur CeCe Clark of the CeCe Clark Company. And today, CeCe, welcome to the show, by the way.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today I just wanted to talk to women about pursuing their passions, and I thought that you would be perfect to join this conversation because I mean you're what I want to say serial entrepreneur, but that's not quite it. You are one of those people who are just out there and you're doing it. CeCe and I met at a conference in San Diego, the Speak and Write conference by Lisa Nichols. And every time I say something, she's like, I got the product for you. We can figure this out. And I love that spirit. And I think that more women probably wish that they could figure that out as well. So talk to me about finding your passion and how you've been able to build this company doing what you love.
Thanks so much, Nikki. It's really interesting because for me, it was a pretty interesting journey. I have been in business with my husband, who's my business partner. We've been married 14 years, and I tell you, probably 13 of those we've been in business together. So, and we own a very successful IT consulting business, but boy, is that a man's world. And I love it, and it does very well, but I knew that there was something inside of me. And when I had a conversation with a friend a few years ago, and the information that I shared with her, she according to her, CeCe, you changed my life, and she's doing some amazing things. That was the point when my calling came a calling, and I knew that after that I had to continue to pursue that. I had to pursue, just having the ability to work full time with entrepreneurs who wanted the mindset that it took to be successful in business. And so it was a long journey, but I have an incredibly supportive husband, and I really just took it one day at a time.
At what point in your life did you realize that you wanted to work for yourself? Because I think there are different kinds of people. Some people have good ideas and they want to work for companies, and then it takes a certain kind of person to be bold enough, I think, to strike out on their own.
She's our superhero.
I know, right? So I'm going to tell you, I started my first business in the 4th grade. And I used to I didn't want a lemonade stand, so I sold Pac-Man shaped French fries outside of my house in my neighborhood.
Pac-Man shaped
We literally would cut French fries, literally. We would cut potatoes in the shape of a little Pac-Man, and we would sell them to people in our neighborhood. And for me, it was so exciting to take something that I enjoyed doing. I love making French fries. It's my favorite food still to this day. Take something I already had in my home, potatoes and grease, and do something and use it to make money. I'm going to tell you, from the 4th grade, I was completely hooked. I knew that I had to be an entrepreneur.
Okay, well, we're going to need you to stay still, first of all. But I think that Mary has a good point, because I think that while I have an entrepreneurial spirit, I also really, really love what I do. And so for me, it's been more about building like those parallel careers, because I really don't want to quit anytime soon. I love it that much.
Very good.
Yes, it's important to say when you're still at work. But I think that there's more inside of me, and I think that Mary have discovered that together there's more that we want to do and more that we want to offer the world. But for those who don't know what their passion is, what was the conversation like with your friend? How did you help her discover there is something burning inside of me and it's okay to start exploring that?
Absolutely. It was just a couple of key questions. It was really, what is that thing that you do that when you do it, you completely lose track of time? Nikki, you and I have had conversations about social media and global visibility. And when we talk about it, your face lights up, you smile, and you can go on forever and ever. And I love that. That's obviously something that you're passionate about. So figuring out those things, what is it that time disappears when I'm doing that one thing? What is it that I love doing in my youth that I still do a piece of that today. Questions like that are questions that really speak to those things that you're passionate about.
Now that you mentioned youth, because we're both moms also, is this a good time to try to find out what our kids' passions are and try to help them figure out how to maybe turn that into a lifelong profession?
Absolutely. I think so. I birthed none, but I am parent to many.
I understand.
And I literally have 17 nieces and nephews, about 13 great nieces and nephews, and 4 goddaughters now. And literally the one thing that I push with all of them is really questioning them about what is it they're good at? What is it that they're enjoying? I think as parents, if we give that kind of energy and emphasis to our children and start them early with those conversations, asking them, well, what did you like at school today? What part of that was good? Not just did you have fun at recess, but what did you enjoy? And just really being intentional and focused about trying to get that information from your kids. I think it gives them the greater strength and ability in their later years to be able to tap into that. The people that are most successful in our world are people who work in their passions. I saw people tweeting pictures of the Beyonce concert recently here in Dallas, and that is a woman who lives her passion when she is on stage. And so when you're able to do that, it drives your ability to spend, what did they say, 10,000 hours doing something that creates mastery. So definitely I think it's something that we should be helping our children figure out early.
But then also thinking through the actionable part of it, because I think that it's great to have passions, but then you have to actually do some things if you want to make it your business or your something that supports your lifestyle. I mean, because I know, like with my son, I mean, he loves animals, and he's talked about being a veterinarian, and then he decided he wanted to start a dog walking business, and so we talked about it for a while. But I'm like, okay, but what are you going to do? Are you going to make flyers? Are you going to put them up in the neighborhood? How are people going to know that you now have your own dog walking business? So then he had to start thinking through that. And now he's talking marketing and, and who's going to take the business when he's on vacation and, and stuff like that. So it's also about taking action and really trying to pursue those passions.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I work with my clients on. Having that passion and doing something that you're passionate about is really the foundation of your business, but that's just it. It's just the foundation. And so it's really about building bridges to go from your passion, but then to that end result. All that stuff in between there, those are all action steps that you take. And if you don't do that appropriate action, your passion just becomes something that just makes you happy. One of the things that I like to do with my adult clients who are not ready, who want to do those parallel careers and who are saying, no, I just want it to help provide me with a supplemental income. What we'll do with them is we'll do exactly the process you and your son went through together. So we'll say, okay, you like to cook, right? I have one of my, not clients, but very good friend decided she likes to cook. So what we decided to do for her was once a month, she was just going to have a dinner party at her house, a paid dinner party, but she was going to have a dinner party at her house with some of her friends and acquaintances, and it was going to be kind of a networking event, mingling event, but she got to practice her passion of cooking in a way that was safe and secure. I call it doing, kind of a test run or a trial run in a way that she didn't have to risk everything. She didn't have to risk her 6-figure job. She didn't have to risk anything, but she got to live in that passion and see if this is something that she might want to do full time.
So, and I know that you do like a lot of live events. You're all over the place. How can people get more of CeCe Clark?
Absolutely. I have an event coming up in July, on July 27th, and I am absolutely passionate about. And it's called Passion Platform Profit, and it's with my friends.
It sounds familiar.
Exactly, sounds familiar. It's with my friends Kim Grimes, and global visibility expert Nikki Wood.
All right.
And really, if you go to www.passionplatformprofit.com, you can see all of the information about this incredible conference. And really, it focuses on, one, helping people to reconnect and rediscover the passions that they have in their life. But number two, how to take that and use it and build a platform using some of the strategies that Nikki talked about, using social media, using personal branding. And then thirdly, how to make that thing make you money. So that's my favorite part of the entire event, because I want to see people put cash in bank accounts.
Absolutely. And I think that it's important to say, because obviously we're all students in this thing, but it's so great learning from CeCe about reconnecting and learning what you're passionate about and how you can pass that on to the younger generation. But that it's just never too late. I mean, you may think that it's over because you've been on your job for 25 years, but it's just never too late to find out what you love to do and what really makes you happy, and how to and that's who really makes CeCe happy. Back away.
That's my wonderful husband coming to say hi to us.
I love it. Thank you so much, CeCe. The website again is passionplatformprofit.com.
I'll be there.
I know you will. We're putting you to work. Thanks again, CeCe. We'll see you soon. And we thank you for another edition of Mama's Gone Wild. We appreciate you hanging out with us. I'm Nikki Woods.
I'm Mary Boyce. Stay wild.